here a little bit. We're gonna start our warm up here. So we've got jog in place, straight arm jacks and punches. For those of you using a wheelchair, maybe just some arm twists, some straight arm jacks, get the arms moving up and down a little bit, some shoulder raises, just get your body moving a little bit, get some blood flowing in those arms. So we're just gonna start jogging in place here for a few seconds. During this time, just gonna get moving a little bit. Nothing really too important during this time. Probably start a clock during this time too. I need that. All right, next we're gonna go to straight arm jacks. So we're doing some straight arm jacks here. Feet go out, arms go up. And then here in a couple seconds, we'll switch to some punches. On your punches, you're gonna wanna stick with a wide base. All right, let's switch down. Wide base, kind of keep your feet a little wider and shoulder width apart, and you're just going with some punches. Engage your core during this time. Kind of keep it nice and tight because that'll help you out down the road. While it is a warm-up exercise, we're also focusing a little bit on strengthening that core. So just a few more seconds here. We got 10 more seconds. We're good to go. Then we're gonna go right back into jogging in place. All right, just get that blood flowing. You're gonna get your cardio going up a little bit. Breathing's gonna get down a little bit. All right, let's start jogging back out. About 20 more seconds of this. Hope you guys are feeling good. I like it, Daniel. Keep it up. Doing good on there. All right, here we're gonna go back into some straight arm jacks. We'll do 3 rounds of this, and we'll take a small break. Grab your water. We'll grab for the next one, we'll do, let's see, knee-high calf raises, knee-high pauses, and plie squats. So we don't need any equipment right there. If you want to grab a chair for stability and balance, that's great. Like that. All right, and punches. Switch shifts up to punches. Not feeling the sweat yet, but it's coming in shortly. All right, a couple more seconds. Go back into jogging in place. Last round, guys. All right, here we go. Jog it out. Let's jog it out. So as we're doing these exercises, we're really focusing on foundation during this time. So what does that mean? It means as you go about your day, what is keeping you up, what's keeping you stable, what's keeping you moving the most, so that way you're getting the most out of your day. All right, going into straight arm jacks here. And foundation, what we build our strength upon, what we build our stability on, is all that foundation. It's what keeps us moving. So it gives us the strength, gives us the energy, gives us the ability to do a lot of different things. And a lot of that comes from our legs and our core. So that's why we're focusing on foundation for the first one. It is one of the most important, most vital parts of fitness and athletics. All right, and last one, punches. Last one, guys. You guys are doing great. At the end of this round, at the end of this session, I will share the screen again so that we can get a look at what round 1 looks like. 5 more seconds. You're doing great. Keep it up. All right, relax, guys. Good job. Round 1 is done. Share the screen here real quick. As we get into round 2 here once again, hope you guys can see this all right. As we get into round 2, we're gonna be doing some calf raises, some knee-high pauses, and some plie squats. For those of us who are ambulatory, for those of us using a wheelchair, we're gonna be doing some tricep extensions. So grab your towel if you need it during that time, your hand towel if you need it, or use body weight. If you wanna grab a 10 pound weight, whatever you're comfortable with, you're more than welcome to do that. Give yourself a little bit of a push, a little bit of extra resistance there. Second exercise is going to be push-up pauses. And so that we're just going to be doing it, getting into that push-up position. We're going to be going down into that push-up where your chest is just a couple inches off the ground. Hold it there for a second, 1 or 2 seconds, and then push back up. We're going to be doing each of these exercises for 30 seconds before we switch into the next one. Once again, 2 rounds of this exercise, and then we'll take a short break. All right? And then, plie squats and shoulder press. So I will give you a little bit of time in between each exercise, Daniel, so that way you can switch. If you're using a wheelchair, give you that second just to kind of transition from seated position into push-up position. And then we can go from there. All right, you guys ready? You got your water? You're hydrated and ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go. Calf raises. If you want a device, if you want to chair, something for stability, I will be using my chair here. We do have a workout bench at our house, but if you don't have this, a kitchen chair is perfectly fine. Just something to rest your hand on, kind of give you that extra point of contact with the ground, so that way you're able to do a calf raise and kind of raise up. If you've got a box to step on to get that stretch and extension, that's great. If not, that's okay. But as we go down in the future, and a box to kind of give you a little bit of a stretch when you come down into the bottom portion of that calf raise, to stretch out that calf muscle is great, but not necessary for today as we begin this. All right, so just doing some simple calf raises. If you can do 15 to 20 of them during this 30 seconds, that's wonderful. But we're just gonna raise up, hold it for a second, and down. And then raise up, hold it for a second, and down. You guys are doing wonderful. We got 10 more seconds. Everybody enjoying this weather we've been having lately? It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Here in Indianapolis, it's 70 today. Yesterday was 60. 2 days before that was in the 30s. So it's been a roller coaster, that's for sure. Eric, I understand you're from Texas. What? Texas weather been good lately? All right, take a pause. Next, we're going to get into some knee-high pauses. Once again, you might want the chair there just beside you for that stability. But we're just going to be coming up into lifting that leg up, holding it for a second. We're going to be focusing on using your hip extension, oh boy, muscles. Yeah, we're just gonna be focusing on lifting a leg up, holding it for a second. Try to get to the parallel, try to get your quad up parallel with the ground, hold it for a second or two, come back down, and we're gonna shift over to the other leg. So Daniel, you're gonna be doing some push-up pauses here. So same thing, when you're down in your push-up position, you're gonna be sitting here, and then you're gonna come down, hold it for 1 or 2, and then back up again.
Okay.
Some very simple exercises, but really focusing on what do we use as a foundation? What is getting us going every single day, keeping us moving every single day? All right. Again, Eric, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Weather good in Texas? All right. All right, here we go. Start with one leg, hold it. 1, 2, down. Other one, 1, 2. We're just kind of marching in place. As we progress, so these are all that beginner exercises. As we progress and we get into moving a little bit during these exercises, during these marches, we will actually be going forward with it about 15 to 20 feet and holding it and pushing ourselves forward with each step. But then also we'll be focusing on using this on side steps as well and almost getting into that lunge motion, where we're really able to use the hips and the quads during that time. But always during this time, make sure you're keeping a nice tight core, because if you relax that a little bit, you'll notice your stability goes down and we can't hold it quite as well. But yeah, we'll just keep simple marching in place. 5 more seconds. Next, we're going to get into some plie squats. So feet shoulder width farther, a little wider than shoulder width apart, toes pointed out. I'm just kind of getting ready for the next exercise. All right, good job, guys. Daniel, on this one, shoulder presses. You know what you're doing there, just that simple Shoulder press. If you want to use
Yep.
weights again, you're more than welcome to do that. Push yourself a little bit. Plie squats, feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart, toes pointed out. During this time, for those of us who use a prosthesis, make sure that your heel stays in contact with the ground. What I have found that's worked really well for me is to kind of stagger my steps a little bit. So my prosthetic side will be slightly more in front of my sound side. So my toes on my sound side will line up right with the inset or the arch of my prosthetic foot, or the middle of my prosthetic foot. And that helps me keep slightly better balance, as well as be able to get slightly deeper into that squat, as well as activating all the muscles. Keeps my heel on the ground on my prosthetic side and keeps my tibia from driving into the front wall of the socket. That's a great adaptation for a below the knee amputee. For an above the knee, this is going to be one where you will notice you will shift your weight over to your sound side. That's okay. Once again, try and keep that heel planted firmly on the ground. And when you go to stand back up, push hard into the back wall of the socket, trying to lock out that knee again as you go back up. So 30 seconds of this. We'll have your chair if you want it for stability purposes. If you want the chair, keep it in front of you as you come down into that plie squat, just so that way you've got something to help with your stability and balance. But we're just going to do 30 seconds of these. So if you want to rep them out pretty quick, go for it. If you want to take it nice and slow, it's whatever you feel comfortable doing. But here we go. Ready, set, go. Down, up. You guys got it. There you go. During this time, remember, once again, keep that core tight. Keep a nice straight back. Try and remember to bend. Push your bottom back. Bend at the waist and bend at the knees. You try and get your quads parallel to the ground. Or even if you're just going down a little bit, activating those muscles is great, and that's what we're looking to do. Shoulders up, head up too. If we start to look down, our form starts to disappear a little bit. And we start to notice we get a rounded back. Our muscles aren't quite engaging quite the same way. So you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are enjoying this at home. We have one more round of this exercise, these groups. So here in just a few seconds, take a pause and get back in it with some more calf raises again. All right. This time going through it, we'll go a little bit faster. So those of you in wheelchairs, prepare and to transition a little bit more. All right. All right. 5 more seconds. You're doing great. I always like to add in those pauses just to, and when you're in the bottom of the depths of your squats or your push-ups or whatever exercise you're doing, I like to add that, just that little bit of a pause. And just, I don't know, it feels like I get just a little bit more burn out of the muscles. Activates a little more. All right, good job, guys. Went a little longer than I expected to there. Sorry about that. All right, back into calf raises again. We'll get right back into this. Grab your chair if you need it. Stability. Ready? Set, here we go. Ten more seconds. Good job, guys. You're doing great. All right. Take a couple seconds here. Good job. Take a couple seconds here. Get prepared, ready for the knee-high pauses or push-up pauses. All right. We got 5 seconds and we'll get going here. Ready? 1, 3, 2, 1. Up. Hold it. Hold it. What I have found is these knee-high exercises, these marching in places, as I went from learning to walk into learning to run several years ago, having to use my prosthesis a little bit differently to run, these really helped me focus on my form when running, but also giving me the strength to drive my knees forward when I was running and to kind of keep that a pace that I felt comfortable with. It really helped me get to that point though. A lot of these exercises that we're going over today are just that foundational exercise to help you progress become a little more independent, a little stronger, and a lot more confident to do the things you want to do. You guys are doing great. 5 more seconds. And we'll get right back in that plie squat. So go ahead and set up. Change over here. Plie squat, shoulder press. All right, guys, let's wrap it out. 30 seconds. Here we go. Well, side note, next time I think I'm gonna have a bigger clock. Watch the time a little bit better. Everything's going over. That's fine. Hope you guys are sweating. I know I'm getting a little sweat going. Breathing's getting a little heavier. Heart rate's definitely going up. Feeling good though. Feeling real good. All right. 5 more seconds, and then we'll share the screen again. We can get an idea of what's coming up in round 2. All right, good job, guys. Good job. All right, for round 2, we're doing straight leg deadlifts, seated towel abductors, and sink squats. So straight leg deadlifts. Oh, for those of you who use a wheelchair, we got side arm raises. So focusing on shoulders. So side arm raises, front arm raises, and chair dips. So we're focusing on shoulders and triceps for those of you who use a wheelchair. So during this time, you will want a towel. So grab a towel if you have not already, just a small hand towel, something you can put between your knees for that seated towel abductor and for the straight leg deadlift to tuck underneath your toe. All right, I'm gonna grab my towel and then we'll get going. Grab a drink of water, guys, if you need it. So I got my towel. Got the towel. So we're gonna start with some straight leg deadlifts. For this time, we're just gonna wanna tuck this under one of our toes. And all we're doing, we're not looking to pull real hard on it, but we're looking to activate the hamstrings and the glutes during this time. So we're gonna tuck it under a toe. If you have a resistance band, you wanna use that, by all means, go for it. But all we're doing here is we're just activating those muscles. So you're gonna pull against that towel, give a little bit of resistance, but activate your hamstrings and your glutes during this time. So all we're doing is pulling a little bit, activating them, and then relaxing. And then pulling, activating a little bit, and relaxing. Make sure to keep a tight core during this time, because if you relax your core during this time, it's very easy to throw out your back, especially if your hips are off just a little bit. It's easy to throw out your back. So we don't want to do that. Don't want to cause any kind of discomfort for that. So make sure to keep a nice tight core. But let's go ahead and tuck it under our toes and get going here. Gotta watch the time here. All right. You guys are ready? So here we go. And pull, hold it. 1, 2, relax. Pull, keep core tight, activate those hamstrings, relax. Only pulling for a second or 2, and then relaxing. Then pull, relax, pull, hold it. 1, 2, relax. Pull it. 1, 2, relax. 10 more seconds. Pull. 1, 2, relax. 2 more. 1, 2, relax. Pull it. 1, 2, relax. On the next round, go ahead and release that towel. On the next round, we'll be doing the other toe if you can. In this one, you will want to go ahead and have a seat. I always get towel abductors and adductors mixed up. So if I got these backwards a little bit, on the next round, we will shift these over a little bit. So on towel or hip abductors, seated towel abductors, we're going to be pulling the knees closer together. So either take your towel and bunch it up, roll it up, put it between your knees, or take your hands, put them together and make 2 fists, put them together side by side. and then we will put them in between our knees. This is the seated position. And what we're going to want to do here is kind of crush our hands. Imagine it's a soda can or something. We're going to crush our hands together with our knees. So just kind of forcing that a little bit. So what we want to do, get a better view here. My camera's far away. Take your hands, fists, put them together like this. Hold that, put those between your knees. And we're going to try and crush our hands with our knees. So we're firing off those abductor muscles in our hips, trying to pull our knees closer together. This helps with stability and balance. If you ever struggle with a little bit of a limp, your abductors and adductors work really, really well to help eliminate or relieve a little bit of that limp that we have. So go ahead and put your fists together, put them between your knees, and we'll get started here in about 4 seconds. So ready? All we're doing is just kind of pushing, crushing it. So let's go. Crush it, try and crush it, hold it for a second or two, and then relax. And push it again and do the same thing. If you remember back to if you've ever had physical therapy, this is probably one of the exercises they had you do quite a bit of for lower extremity strength training and hip stability training. Go ahead and just keep trying to crush that. Hold it for a second or two, then relax. Hold it for a second or two, and then relax. Kind of keep that cycle. We've got 10 more seconds of this, and then we're done. So you guys are doing great. Crush it, crush it, crush it, and relax. And then crush it, crush it, crush it, and relax. All right, good job, guys. On this next exercise, next one is chair dips and sink squats. So if you have the ability, grab a chair. If you're able to get to your kitchen counter, phenomenal. If not, a simple chair will do just fine. Once again, the chair is there for balance. If you have the sink, this is a fairly heavy chair, so I'm going to demonstrate on this one. Imagine this is your kitchen sink. Cupboards are right here. Your toes are about 4 to 6 inches away from that kickboard underneath this kitchen sink. We're going to grab the edge of that kitchen sink, and we're going to be sitting back into it. Chair's not quite as heavy as I thought. Sitting back into it, hold it for a second, and just coming right back up. So once again, we're just going to do some basic squats, but that sink adds a little bit of stability, a little bit of security for us so that way we're not falling back. If you need to put something behind you, by all means, please do. Put a chair. If you're using your wheelchair, if you have the ability to walk a little bit, but you primarily use a wheelchair, this is a great exercise to do kind of as a sit to stand, which is phenomenal exercise in building that independence, strength, and confidence. So we're just going to do some basic squats here. You do not have to go all the way parallel to the ground. Just activate those muscles a little bit and then stand back up. So, all right, ready to go when you guys are. So here we go. And down. Activate those muscles a little bit and then stand back up. Yep. Eric, thank you. Doorway is another one that's great. If you can use that edge, that trim molding to hold on to, that's wonderful. And stand back up. All we're looking to do is go down, hold it for a second or two, and then stand back up. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. You guys are doing great. If you do not need a sink, you're fully ambulatory, just some basic sinks, basic squats. Feet shoulder width apart, toes pointed slightly out. Make sure to remember to drop your bottom down, drop those glutes down, hold it for a second or two, and pop back up. All right, we got 10 more seconds, guys. You're doing great. 3, 2, 1. All right, good job. All right, back into those straight leg deadlifts for round 2, or next part of round 2. So this time, towel, other foot, because we're gonna be activating some different muscles on this one. So go ahead and hook that, and we'll get started. Daniel, you doing okay? No thumbs up, good? Awesome. All right, here we go. Ready, 1, 2, 3, pull, 1, 2, and relax. And pull, 1, 2, and relax. Pull, 1, 2, and relax. You guys are doing great. Keep it up. Relax. Pull, and relax. Pull, and relax. Pull, and relax. All right, 10 more seconds. Pull, and relax. Pull, and relax. Pull. All right, good job, guys. All right, moving on to seated towel abductions. Once again, seated abductors. Fists together in between your knees. Try and crush your hands a little bit here. All right, as you guys are ready, we'll get going here. All right, and crush them. 1, 2, and relax. 1, 2, and relax. 1, 2, and relax. 1, 2, relax. You guys are doing great. I don't know about you, but I'm sweating a little bit. This is good. I like this. 1, 2, relax. 1, 2, relax. 5 more seconds. You guys are doing great. And we'll get right back into some sink squats, chair dips. You guys are doing great. All right, good job, guys. All right, let's set up for those sink squats, those chair dips. Might need to get an alarm here, something just to go off every 30 seconds. This is good. All right, you guys are set up, ready to go. Feet shoulder width apart. Grab that sink, grab that chair, grab that doorway. All right, here we go. And sit back. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Up. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Up. 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 You guys are doing great. If you guys have music, I forgot to say too, if you guys have music, play your music. Get that rhythm. Find that spot. You guys are doing wonderful. Five more seconds. And then we'll share the screen and get into round 3. Grab your water in this next break session. Dust off some stuff. Good job, guys. You guys are doing great. All right, round 3. Round 3. Round 3, we're going to have seated leg extensions, some towel adductors, and step-ups. So seated leg extensions, trunk twists, for those of you in a wheelchair. For the trunk twist, hold your hands out in front of you and move slowly side to side. Just kind of activating that core, keeping it nice and tight. I'm at home with both my daughters this morning, and now they're fighting, so this has been good. They're fighting over the tents this morning. This is awesome. All right, took care of that. So seated leg extension, trunk twist, towel abductors, and step ups. If you have a step, great. If you can get outside or you have something you can step onto, maybe it's a phone book if you still have those, you'll still make those. Something you can step onto. So I have this nice little step that I use quite a bit. There's different heights to it, different levels to it. It's fully adjustable. So I will be using that. If you have a box or something you can step onto, some plywood or something, that's great. If not, maybe we can just do some more marching in place again. And then towel adductors. So this time we're going to be going the opposite direction. So using that towel again, we're going to be wrapping it around our legs and pushing our legs out. If your towel is not big enough to wrap fully around your legs, you can have your hands on the outside of your knees, pushing inward with your hands and your shoulders as you're pushing out with your knees. All right, so we'll start it off with some seated leg extensions or some trunk twists. So we are going to be seated during this time. Use your wheelchair if you need to. But for your trunk twist, you're just holding your arms out in front of you. I'm going to shift over to the other camera view since I'm going to be seated down quite a bit. All right, so for this exercise, for the seated leg extensions or the trunk twists. For trunk twists, we're going to be seated here, hold our hands out in front of us, and we're just looking to twist side to side while keeping that core engaged. So, and then for seated leg extensions, we're just going to be sitting here in our chairs, nice, straight, tight core, straight back. All we're looking to do is take legs and extend them out, activating your quads. That's all we're doing. Very simple exercise. If you want to add resistance, grab a resistance band. If not, you know, body weight is going to be phenomenal for this time. Once again, we are just at beginner level, moving into that intermediate level. So bands and weights will become later on down the road. But we'll get started here in about 4, 3, 2. So seated leg extension. Here we go. Just going to alternate back and forth between each one. And they're doing great. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. It's been absolutely phenomenal. Five more seconds. After this, we're going to get into some towel adductors or the hip adductors. Again, good job. I'll go ahead and relax. On this one, if you can, use your towel and wrap it around your legs. And all we're going to be doing here is pushing our knees outward. If your towel's not big enough to wrap around your legs, around your knees, you can just put your hands on the outside and you want to push inward on your knees as your knees are pushing out. So grab your towel, wrap your knees, and all we're going to be doing is just pushing out and trying to stretch that towel. All right, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Push, hold it out, hold it, and then relax. And then push, hold it, and relax. Push. What I've also found too is very good to do. Keep your feet together on this. It just gives you that point of security. Your feet aren't going to be slipping or bouncing all over the place. Relax and push and push. You guys are doing great. Yeah, feet together during this time. It just helps with, so that way they're in one contained spot. Push. We got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Next one is step ups. So if you have that step, use it. If not, we can always just do some more marching in place, focusing on keeping that hip, those knees up, holding it for a second. If you've got something to drive yourself up onto, like a step. If you're at home, you have stairs at the house or your apartment, use the stairs. Always have something close by for you. Daniel, if you want to improvise here, share a little bit about what you're going to be doing. To kind of focus either on core exercise or a little bit more of that foundational, that upper body strength that you're going to need and rely on. During these step ups, how would you improvise here? And for a core or arm exercise, for that foundational exercise, what would you implement instead of a step up? How would you improvise here?
I would just do like push-ups and then just like hold it and then go back down slowly.
Okay, so do some more push-ups here. All right, I like it. All right, we got 30 seconds then. We'll do some push-ups and some step-ups during this time. All right, whenever you guys are ready. During this time, as we're pushing up, we want to focus on that drive up. We don't want to jump up or push off as we're driving up with our prosthetic. As we lift our leg up and plant it on that step and we go to drive up, we want to make sure that we're driving up with the side that's on the step and not pushing off with the side that's on the ground. That's going to help to activate those quads and those hips. Whenever you guys are ready, it's going to be alternating, kind of stepping up and down. And then for safety, always want to lead. Going up, we're going to alternate going up, prosthetic or sound side if you're an amputee. Just alternate which way you're going up, which foot you're going up with. When you come down, it's always best if you are an amputee and you have to use your prosthesis, come down with your prosthetic side. But whatever you're comfortable doing. We got 5 more seconds. And we'll get back into those seated leg extensions. You guys are doing great. All right, good job, guys. And rest. Back to those seated leg extensions. We're wrapping up here in just a second. We've got finishing up round 3 of this last session, and then we'll get into some stretching and breathing. All right, leg extensions and trunk twists. All right, ready to go when you guys are. So let's just start repping it out. When you're doing this, make sure to keep a tight core as well as fire off those quads as you're pushing that leg out. Try to stretch it out as far as you can. Try to get it up as high as you can. All with the quads and bending at the knees. Want to keep our hips and our core tight and right where they're at. Don't want those to move too much. All right, 5 seconds. All right, good job. Grab your towel. We'll get back into the adductors this time. Once again, pushing out, knees pushing out, feet together. Go ahead and set up. Towel wrapped around. We'll begin here in 3, 2, 1. You guys are doing great. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, last set of step ups. Good job, guys. Last set of step ups. Knock these out quick. We'll do some quick stretching and breathing. And we'll be good to go. And go. All right, 5 more seconds. You guys are doing great. And relax. Good job, guys. All right, that wraps up the exercises. I'm going to give you guys a quick view of the exercises to do for breathing and for stretching. Quick share here. So on this one, we've got some bending at the waist from toe touches. So as you're standing up, or if you're seated down, I want to stretch out those hamstrings a little bit. You can either sit on the ground and reach down, touch your toes. If you're going to be doing, if you usually did a lot of upper body today, some arm stretches will be great. We'll kind of demonstrate those here in just a second. Some rounded back, so toe touches into rounded back. So as you go down to touch your toes, if you're in that standing position, breathe in as you're going down, breathe out as you're standing up. Or actually, I'm sorry, breathe out as you're going down, breathe in as you're standing up. And you want to focus on when you're standing back up to round your back, go slow, and just stretch out all those muscles in your back. Downward dog and cobra, if you have the time to do it and you have the ability, it's just a couple extra breathing exercises to do. Going from that downward dog into the cobra and then stretching back up into downward dog and just breathing slowly, getting your heart rate down during that time. All right, so we're just going to start off with I'll demonstrate a little bit for shoulder arm stretches. For those of you who were using your wheelchair and did a lot of upper body stuff today. So some great stretches to do here. Just arm over your head, grab the elbow, come down here so you can see me. Grab the elbow and pull. Do that for a couple seconds on each side. Alternate back and forth. Hold it for 5 or 6 seconds. Switch it back. Hold it. That's a great one to do. Same way here. Arm across. Hold it. Switch it up. Hold it back this way. Arms out in front of you. Or fingers together, interlocked. Out. Hold it. Go above your head. Stretch that out that way. And then bend forward and stretch your back out. So there's a couple exercises you can do for the shoulder, stretches you can do for shoulders and upper body if that's what your focus was today. For those of us who were focusing on lower body, we're gonna start off with some toe touches. So here we're gonna stand feet about shoulder width apart, little narrower. We're gonna breathe in and breathe out as we go down, nice and slow. Remember to bend at your waist, not your back. Bend at the hips. And if you don't go all the way down to toe touch, that's fine. But we want to focus on stretching out the hamstring. Okay. So all we're going to be doing is basically just going down to that toe touch, stretch it out, and then we're going to round back and come back up. We're going to go through a couple times. So and focus on stretching down, touching the toes. I'm going to round her back. Breathe in. Then stand back up. I'm just going to come right back down. If you want to take your hands above your head, get a nice, good full body stretch. That's wonderful. Remember to breathe during this time. We're taking deep breaths and long exhales. And just focusing on our breathing, getting our heart rate back down. I'll just do this for a couple more seconds, and then we'll be good. Last one. And slowly come back up. All right. That wraps it up, guys. Thanks for joining me today. Really appreciate you guys coming out, enjoying this. Hope you guys got a little sweat on this morning, and hope you guys feel a little better today.